Chapter 2, Understanding Perimenopause. Here's my key takeaways. Another important point is about sleep. 1/3 to 1/2 of women have trouble with sleeping and insomnia in perimenopause. And that poor sleep creates a ripple effect. It can affect your mood, it can affect brain fog, your cognition. It could really affect your performance during the day. So getting your sleep under control is a very, very important aspect of perimenopause care. Since we're talking about sleep, how sleep can affect so many other things and have a ripple effect, 1 out of 4 women complain of depression symptoms in perimenopause. It doesn't mean that you're depressed. It just means that you have symptoms of depression. And so it's really important that we actually ask you these questions and evaluate you with a health screener like a PQH2 to determine perimenopause versus actual depression. So ACOG recognizes that like one episode of abnormal uterine bleeding is nothing that we need to get our undies in a bunch about. But if it happens for more than 2 cycles, it's worth investigating because you never know what's going on. So here's their list. Bleeding that soaks through 1 or more tampons or pads every hour or is so heavy that you have to double up on pads. Bleeding that lasts 7 or more days. Flooding or gushing when you stand up. Ooh, you know what that feels like if you've had it. Passing blood clots the size of a quarter or larger. Menstrual cycles that are longer than 35 days or shorter than 21 days. Irregular periods in which cycle length varies by more than 7 to 9 days. And lastly, bleeding after sexual intercourse. I mean, it's just not normal to bleed after sex. So if you're bleeding after sex, you need an evaluation. Now, again, ACOG says that a one-time thing doesn't need to raise your red flag. But if these symptoms are persistent, you need to see a gynecologist. And lastly, let's talk about down below. 35% of women complain of changes to their vulva and the vagina. Dryness, irritation, itching. And so as your hormone levels are fluctuating, your pelvic tissues are also being affected. So don't think it's all in your head or that you necessarily are suffering from an infection. It's important you have an evaluation, or if you get started on vaginal estrogen, if those symptoms do not improve right in a short period of time, you want to make sure that you are getting an exam to make sure that there's no other underlying issue. So that's chapter 2 in a nutshell. Check back next week as I review chapter 3.